Hey drummers, hope you're well. Just a quick one. Shout out to channel member Tim. This is a little drum fill from Walk This Way, played by Joey Kramer. This is a song by Aerosmith, of course. And it's a little drum fill that just leads into the first chorus. I thought it was really, really cool. Tim was asking about it. It's just a little burst, right? So he's basically playing 16th notes, single stroke roll. The verse is played over on the ride cymbal, which is kind of interesting, kind of unusual. With that kind of feel, and when this fill comes in, it comes in on beat 3. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. So as you can hear there, on the first two hits, the first 2 16ths, which would normally be right left, as in right left, right left, right left, right left, he's doubling up. He's going at twice the rate. You could play this as double strokes. I would have thought, with this being quite a heavy rock tune, he would have played this as single strokes. My little rule of thumb is if it's sort of more rock in style, I tend to go single strokes on burst drum fills, as in burst where a couple of the notes, like we're describing here, go quicker than the regular note value. Things of that sort. When it's a bit more rock, I tend to do it as single strokes, played as twice the rate. You can play it as doubles. I tend to think of that as being maybe a slightly lighter thing for jazz or funk. But as ever, of course, as far as I'm concerned, there's no rules in drumming. You do it any way you like. I'm going to go single strokes here. So it's 3E and a 4E and a, all on the snare drum. And the first 2 of those are doubled up. So the 3 and the E, if you like, you go at twice the rate. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So 1 and 2 and 3E and a 4E and a. That's a nice chance to think about, as we were with Tim, like how do we do this? Like, what's the technique here? That normally what happens is, depends as ever how long you've been playing the drums. But if you're saying, oh, actually this is quite tricky to play cleanly, what are the things that we're thinking about? Well, for me, of course, these are like basic physical skills. So it comes down to playing the drums, practicing the drums regularly, doing nice basic things like single stroke rolls, probably double stroke rolls and paradiddles, basic rudiments, and sort of sticking patterns and practice pad things, or maybe just playing on the kit things, but things where our hands are working. Obviously here we've got to be loose, we've got to be in a position to play quickly. One of the things I like to think about here in particular, 2 things actually. One is making sure the sticks really rebound nicely, so a nice, solid but loose grip on the stick. We're going to throw those sticks down. And every hit is the stick really rebounding back up, like the tip of the stick comes back off the drum head. We're not lifting it back up, we're throwing it down. Okay. That classic, analogy of bouncing a basketball, throwing the stick down and letting it bounce up. And another really big thing for me personally here is using fingers at the back. So when you're playing these little burst fills, when I'm playing them anyway, I find it really helpful to think about those fingers at the back of the stick helping out. I've made quite a few videos about the sort of things I do anyway to develop my finger control. I guess the classic drill is simply playing right stick and using your fingers at the back to help out there. You're seeing that movement, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then left stick, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then both sticks together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Those type of drills are really useful. So right stick, left stick, both sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those sort of things just on an ongoing basis, quite idly as well for me if I'm personally on the practice pad, watching TV or whatever, just building up that lovely finger control. I'm really aware here when you're playing these sort of rolls that like the fingers are active, like when you're playing. It's not all fingers, and definitely using wrist as well, but just those fingers are in there, they're helping out, they're supporting, they're helping the stick whip through. And when you're making those quicker movements at the start, those fingers can really help out. So let's go slow here. What we'll do is we'll do just the 1 bar. We'll go 1 and 2 and 3E and 4E. We'll just start really slow, and we'll just do that classic thing. A great way to build anything up at speed. Start slow, work up to full speed, or wherever our current like improvement zone, as I like to think of it as, is where we can just about do it, but it starts to feel like a little bit of a challenge. We'll hold it there for a bit. We'll bring it back down again, slow to fast to slow. So 1 and 2 and, or go slow actually. 1 and 2 and 3 E and F 4 E and 2 and 3 E. A bit quicker. Slow it down a bit. And 2 and 3. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And let's do now 1 bar complete groove and then 1 bar with the fill in starting on beat 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and here we go. Go a bit quicker. And 3 and 4 and 1 and here we go. That's it, real simple thing, but a great fill you could use in any rock setting, couldn't you? I mean, you could also, and you might well be doing this, it's a bit little hard to tell, play a bass drum on 3 and 4, couldn't you? Could be a cool way of doing it as well. So shout out to Tim. Really simple thing, but a great example of a burst drum fill used in a perfect spot. That's leading into the first chorus of Walk This Way. And yeah, just, I don't know if those things are helpful. Those are things I think about personally when I'm playing fills like that. Of course, staying loose. A loose muscle is a fast muscle. I think about the idea of the tips of your sticks being like basketballs. Bouncing back. Obviously, you got to work from a basis of solid, regular repetition on things like single stroke roll. So you've got that, got that facility ready to go. And then the finger control thing, the drill I like to do. Well, there's several, but my favourite is a simply right stick, left stick, both sticks, and then when I'm playing that little burst, I don't think it's not purely fingers, but the fingers are in the mix. They're helping out. The things that I personally find quite useful when playing things like this. Of course, just the moment itself, you could practice slow to fast to slow. Go a bit slower. And the things I find useful, really useful drum fill. The burst can go anywhere, of course, and I made various videos about burst type fills before. I'll link to those in the video description for this on YouTube. But just to put that one out there, I thought it was a really classic example. If you're looking for an example of a burst fill to use in a rock context, that's an absolute classic. Shout out to Tim. See you soon. Thanks a lot.